The biggest thing with video is trying to make everyone happy because everybody has their opinion.
It's been something, and even if it didn't come natural, like you have obviously worked very hard to learn.
Listen and learn, There's people out there to help you. And just always say yes.
Welcome back to Bourbon with the Bluegrass Babes. We are here today with our very own, near and dear to our hearts, Tim Layten with UK Sports Video.
Better known as our videographer, editor,
That's right.
babysitter.
He basically does it all, guys. We just show up. Yeah, we really just show up.
Pretty much.
So Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, not just for us, but just in general.
All right, so my full-time job is with UK Sports Video. I've been there since 2017. I also do freelance video work on the side for about 2 years now, and I've done everything from work with the football team, the basketball team, shooting all their games, editing videos for them for social media, the video board, stuff for recruiting. I also do stuff like wedding videos, like bar videos, DJ videos, podcasts, kind of anything you can think of.
Commercials now.
Commercials now, yeah. It's just kind of whatever anybody asks me to do, I'll do
His resume
it.
is a mile long.
Yeah.
Daily. How'd you get into that? Like, what made you pick videography?
People ask me that all the time, but it was kind of like when I was growing up, I just really liked sports and wanted to be involved in sports and somehow, sports media in particular somehow, whether that was, the news, video, like anything like that. So I went to UK and I majored in broadcast journalism, thinking I'd get a job in like the news or TV or something like that. But when you're in school there, they teach you how to shoot video and edit video and all that stuff. And I learned that I really like the video and editing aspect of it more than like the newsy part of it. You know what I mean?
Being on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Not being in front of the camera, but being behind the camera. So luckily, graduated May 2017. June 2017, reached out to UK Sports Video. They had an opening that was only part-time, but I was like, hey, I'm fresh out of school. This is a good opportunity. I want to stay in Lexington, want to be around UK. I was like, let's do it. Fast forward a few years later, get upgraded to full-time status, get a little bit more bigger roles with the football team, travel to all their games, do all their recap videos, pretty much everything they can think of, So it just it was just something I really liked doing, like I got a joy in it, like.
And talent.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I started out really bad. Like I was, like if you guys could see when I first started out, you probably be like,
Okay.
oh,
You
God.
recorded our first podcast. Okay.
Well, yeah.
You know where we started, so I mean that's just with anything though. You know, like when you get started, I mean
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to have a lot of good like mentors and employees I worked with that were super knowledgeable on just like, how to shoot well, how to edit well, like does this shot make sense? Does this video make sense?
What made you choose UK?
So it was a lot of different reasons. Number one was track. I was a student athlete at UK.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah, I was a student
Our
athlete
very
at UK.
own. I
So-
did not know that.
So I grew up in California, did track, pretty much because I wasn't good at anything else, and because my older brother did it, and I kind of wanted to, be like him in a sense.
Yep,
when I was
we
younger,
always
so,
do.
Right,
Yep.
so I did
Shout out,
track.
Ryan.
Aw.
So I did track and was, I guess was pretty good at it and wanted to do it at the next level, but didn't want to stay in state. Definitely wanted to, go somewhere new, like I didn't want to stay in California forever. Like nothing against it, but I just was ready to move on and experience a new part of the country. So luckily UK got a new coach at the time and was really branching out and reaching out to all kinds of kids across the country, including myself. They brought me out on an official visit. Never been to Kentucky before, never been to Lexington, and I just I like it here, I want to go here, so.
So you're like polar opposite from
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
but I think I needed that, something
Yeah.
like a breath of fresh air. That's what my parents called it, like it was just a breath of fresh air. So I came here, ran track here, did the sports media, learned how to edit, learned how to shoot, learned that I definitely want to have a career in this, and then got my job.
And then met us.
And then met you guys, yeah.
It's so crazy, like, just thinking how that, like, played out, you know what I mean? Because, like, why else would you have came to Lexington, Kentucky, of all things? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's crazy how things just...
And it's gotten me so many, like, other opportunities, too.
Exactly.
Like, if I, didn't choose to come here, like...
Who knows where
I'd be right now, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and whether or not, like, you're a UK fan, which if you're not, I don't. Anyway,
But,
like that's such a huge thing. Like to be able to be behind the scenes on UK sports, regardless, like that's so big. Like it's so impressive, honestly. So what, you graduated in 2017?
Yeah.
What, we're in 2023? Like I think that's incredibly impressive to be on your resume.
Oh, thank you.
6 years post graduation.
I appreciate that.
And it still blows my mind how, like, throughout the country and even internationally, how well UK is known.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Russia and Belarus, they knew of UK there. Like that was like the first question they would always ask me and be like, the cats. And I'm like, how do you know about them? Yeah.
They've probably seen your videos.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
that's how important video is and branding is.
Exactly.
So.
Like it's such a big school and such a not big place. You know what I mean?
And that's what I realized too, like graduating, like, news and stuff is kind of a dying industry, but like video, creative video, advertising, that's
never going to end.
The opportunities are endless.
Yeah. Is there like a certain area of video that you would love to like adventure into that you haven't done yet or anything, or do you like what you're doing?
I really want to do NFL films because all of their shooters are freelancers.
Okay.
So
I didn't either.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that's one of my goals.
Yeah.
Because if I did that, I could still have my job at UK and just work on Sundays for, a little extra income. The only thing is you have to be really good at shooting. So not quite there yet, but hopefully one day.
Well, we're happy to help you practice.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I don't know if I can pull any strings in the NFL. But
yeah.
No, but we do have a pro football team just an hour and a half away.
Exactly.
So you just never know.
Anybody.
You never know what could happen.
But
I never thought I'd be doing a podcast for you all, but
exactly.
I was like,
you never.
I know we're super famous.
yeah.
I think so.
I said that to somebody today. They were talking about like the podcast and stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, you should go on," and they were like bragging about it. And I was like, "Yeah, our 200 viewers, they would really love to see you. Like, they would really love it. We're growing.
Yeah,
okay?
we are growing. Hey, we've come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have to say, like, I definitely credit some of that success for sure to you, Tim.
Oh, 100%.
Your your video editing skills, like, everything
Actually
has
video.
made us look so much better than our $30 iPhone setup. So
You gotta start somewhere.
and like and it's been fun. Like you've kind of like grown with us.
You're part of you're part of the family.
Yeah. You're part of us.
I appreciate that.
You're a
Whether you want to be or not.
We would just be like
whether you want to.
yeah, we would just be like a girls group if we didn't. Like it would just be like
Poor
the Spice
Tim.
Girls with no video. Like like just who
up
knows
with
where
a
we would
lot
be? Who knows
from
where
us.
we? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a sports guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I assume college-wise, UK is your team.
Oh yeah.
Who's your NFL team?
So since I grew up out west, my dad was always a 49er fan growing
Okay,
up. So
all
that's
right.
my NFL team because I get it from him.
That's fair. Now, do you go home? Do you go home often?
Not too often, maybe like once or twice a year for like Christmas and maybe like in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my family to come out here more because they like coming out here. So
Yeah.
they just don't like the flying part. But
Yeah.
I get it.
once they're here, they love it.
Yeah.
So,
It is a big travel
yeah.
day.
It's a long
Yeah,
travel day.
yeah.
You gotta fly from San Francisco, Atlanta to Lex.
Yes.
That pretty much
And
takes
the Atlanta
I hate
airport
Atlanta.
is chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Anything
always.
you miss about California?
You got to say the weather. Our weather here is just.
The weather's okay.
The weather
Probably
here
just
is not.
the family,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wish they were a little bit closer, but they,
People say they enjoy our seasons, and I'm like, well, stay a week and you'll see all 5 or 4, all 4.
That's
I'm
very-
say all
that's
5
very true.
seasons. We're
Yeah.
gonna add an extra one.
at least it's something to look forward to.
It is.
know.
It is. The 5th season is the day where you have all of the other 4 seasons in one. Yeah, because we have
In a
those two.
tornado, randomly.
And then it'll snow that evening.
It can lightning in a snowstorm. Did you guys know that?
What?
It can lightning in a snowstorm and thunder. Anyways,
Kayla's full of fun facts.
I am
We're
today.
getting off
So
topic here, guys.
Anyways.
What would you
So
say
anyway.
are kind of your biggest trials and tribulations of being in the video industry?
Like struggles or?
Yeah, like has it been difficult to learn editing? Do you think it's an oversaturated market? Like, what
Is
do
it
you,
hard
how
to
do you
keep
feel?
up with like the players?
Yeah, and
you
like
know?
also like
Like,
your
as they're-
schedule. I feel like your schedule is like you have to work a lot of evenings.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Traveling.
You know,
Traveling, yeah.
I think the biggest thing with video is trying to make everyone happy because everybody has their opinion, which is fine, you know, like everybody is entitled to their opinion, but getting someone or getting like a group of people to like one video
Like it's
is
okay. Yeah.
pretty challenging.
Yeah.
And, you know, as I've gotten older, I've realized, you know, it's like, it is
you
what
can't
it
please
is.
all of them. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just say, if I like it, then it should be fine.
You're a
then.
viewer.
You know what I
you're
mean?
an outside
Yeah, like
point of view. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know when I always watch our stuff, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I doing? You know, like it's just one of those things
Yeah.
that like, you know, sometimes you're just not gonna like what you look like on camera or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's not the point, it's the message that's coming through.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in especially in sports, like we'd have to do so many different projects. Like
Oh my
there's a
makes
point
sense.
where you're just kind of like, just get it done.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
And I'm gonna
it's
say
probably not
something-
going to win an award, but
I'm gonna say something definitely not PC, but like
No, it's
opinions
okay.
are like assholes. Everybody
Everybody
got one.
has one.
You know.
Absolutely.
And they all
It just
stink.
like you literally
Yes.
And they
yeah,
all
and they all
stink.
stink.
Yes.
Like you literally cannot make everyone happy. You're never going to
Right,
make
yeah.
anyone happy. But I mean, I think you definitely have like a knack for this. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been something, and even if it didn't come natural, like you have obviously worked very hard
Yeah.
to learn. And I think that means a lot. So. Like going through school and learning to edit and everything, like, did you find that difficult? Were you intrigued by it?
no, I really didn't find it really difficult at all. I felt it kind of natural, especially as I've gotten older. Like, I don't know, just like I can sit down and do a project and just kind of like know, like, this is how it should look, like,
Yeah.
this is how it should sound, like, this is appealing to the eye, you know. It just kind of came natural to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially on the sports side. Like, I'm getting better with the other stuff, like the weddings and the podcasts and anything else. But sports, I don't know, just kind of, I guess I've seen so many sports documentaries. I just
Right.
kind of know, like,
Yeah.
what people like and what looks good.
With that, on the opposite side of it, do you get bored with any of it? Like, is there like a point in time? Because I know like sometimes like some of my work, I'm like, I could do this in my sleep. You know, like you kind of get, it's like mundane. Yeah, like it's not as like exciting or anything
I
anymore.
wouldn't say bored, but definitely some stuff I can just be like, okay, get
It's
this done
there.
in 30
Yeah.
minutes. Like,
Yeah.
nothing against this podcast, but like this is probably like the easiest
One of the
stuff I've
easiest
edited, you
things,
know,
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
just cutting back between two
Yeah,
angles and
right.
just making sure you hear everybody and have the logo at the end, you
It
know,
is
like
not that easy, okay?
Kayla was our editor before you
was
came
really
along,
hard.
Tim, and she did a fantastic job.
you did do a great job.
Thank God you're here.
You made it here.
Kayla's like, I'm on hour 12, and we're like, we shot for 30 seconds, Kayla.
I will never forget that. There was one on the iPhone that she had taken, and she like wrote in our group message. She's like, I've been working on this for 12
It was so
hours.
long.
And it wasn't even long. It was like a 15-minute.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to upload. So it's not that easy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's not so easy that
was-
everyone can do it. Okay.
Okay. I'm challenged sometimes. It's fine.
I'm not digging you at all. Like I'm the least tech savvy person. I was
We
joking.
never
me.
volunteered to help, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because we were like, we're not doing it.
No,
Hey, I
Do you want
figured
this
it out,
podcast?
okay. I have only lost one episode out of this entire endeavor.
Aren't you glad I reached out? I was
I'm
just
so
like,
glad.
if you need anything, like,
glad.
I was on a little kick. Like, I was just like reaching
like-
out to literally anybody. Like,
We're like, please take
if
our
you
money.
pay
and do
me,
this.
like, I will do
Please
whatever
do
you
it
want.
for
And you were
us.
just like, please.
Sold.
Please help
She's
me.
like, we won't even negotiate.
Yeah,
Sold.
whatever.
Like, please
And
do
that's
it.
kind of like, that's kind of what, I don't know. I think during COVID was when I realized, you know, like, okay, like, I can make a skill out of this video thing. Like, why not try to
branch out.
make
and
a
do
little more extra
Yeah.
income and, you know, do the things I want to do. Like,
Yes.
I want to travel. I want to, you know,
When I
have a
feel
place
like,
here.
especially in today's world, like everyone is looking for content. They're
Yes.
looking to fill their
Yes.
social media. they're looking for exposure, like especially in those referral-based businesses. So your services are, I mean, priceless. Like,
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
it is not
Yeah.
not literally priceless, but but I mean,
There is
really,
a
There is a price.
there is a cost. But like, I do have to say, like, what a good investment. Like, what a good
Yes.
investment to make, because this is quality. Like, this is quality video. You have someone who knows what they're doing. I mean, you're working for UK Sports. Like, I absolutely trust you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
Like, and
that's-
even,
Yeah.
and like, I have to ask though. So like,
he works for Bourbon with the Bluegrass
Yes.
Babes.
Okay, you're
you
right.
Trust
That's my
him.
full-time job.
You're not supposed to be giving
sorry.
UK all the shout
You're
outs.
right. You're right. I do have to say though. So like, what do you feel like is probably like the biggest difference, like doing sports all the way to weddings? Like that's kind of a big jump.
Yeah.
You know, I think I told her one time, like, I can do anything. Like, you know,
Oh,
I
I
like
like
the
it. I
confidence.
like it.
like nothing, like, I guess, scares me or like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I've literally shot like liposuction surgery before.
No way.
Because-
That's kind of cool.
And
That is.
and at first I was just like,
Hold on,
no,
I want to
no,
hear
no,
the.
I'm not doing that, you know. But I was just like, well, if they're paying me,
I
want to
hear like either the reach out or the interview process for that.
Well,
one.
so
Like-
there's an office and there's like a practice in town, and the girl in charge of their marketing used to work with my boss at UK.
Okay.
And I think she put out like a call to action on Facebook or something,
Okay,
like
so
looking
it was
for
for like a
videographers.
business. It wasn't like a personal.
No,
like,
no, no,
I
no,
want
no,
my
no.
liposuction film.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no,
that makes
no.
more sense.
And I think
Makes
she
more
said like
sense.
looking for videographers, and my boss was like, "Would you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so like we like connected, and she was just like, "Would you film a surgery?" And I was just like, I don't really like surgeries, but like, will you pay me?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "All right, I'll just suck it up," you know. And it was definitely stepping out of my comfort zone, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, like that's the thing, like. If somebody will pay me, I'll
Well,
do
and
it.
hey,
You know what
you
I
know
mean?
what? Outside of your comfort zone, that's where you grow.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's exactly where you grow.
And a few years ago, like, I was not good about that, but I don't know, just in the last few years, I just had a realization. I was just like, you know, like, I can really set myself apart from most people.
Yeah.
So why not?
100%.
Why not use that? You know,
I don't know
like,
many videographers who can say they've filmed liposuctions. I can honestly say that.
Liposuction, UK sports, and weddings. I mean, what
Podcasts.
a resume.
The
Podcast.
range,
Right
the
there.
range he
Horses.
has.
Yeah, horses.
What is your favorite memory thus far working with the three of us?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
He's like when we went and got tacos. Taco
Yes.
Taco night.
When we leave.
He's like, you remember that bourbon shot we took about 20 minutes ago? That was the highlight.
You know, honestly, probably the first ever one we did back in the summer.
Really?
Because it was something new for me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never done a podcast before, but I've obviously like listened to podcasts and watched them. So I knew what it would take for it to like look professional and look good. And like, you know, you guys were super chill and like, you know, weren't like super deadline-y or
Yeah.
anything. And it has to look like this, or you know, I was just like
Who was the first one we did with him? Because Kush was
Jessica
the first
Jackson. And
One.
them,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Such a
Because
good
they were all
one. Yeah.
super nice, and then all the guests came back to me after like, "Would you do videos for me?" I was like, "Oh
Aw.
yeah, sure." So like,
That's awesome.
I'll probably never. Yeah, that was
a
pretty
good one.
fun.
Those were really good
Aw,
interviews.
love that. I have to keep that in mind that it was Jessica, because I know Kush, that always sticks in my mind that he was our first one that we ever did.
Yes, ever.
That was
On the
on the
phone.
video,
On our
tripod.
iPhone.
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
edited. Sorry, Kush.
We'll get you back on another
get you
time.
Yeah.
Follow-up interview.
Yeah. Follow up.
He's grown so much, we really should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say, you know, you dive into so many different avenues in this, what would you say is like the legacy or the thing you kind of want to leave behind, whether it be for yourself or other people that are getting into the same field that you're in?
You know, I've heard you guys ask that so many times, and I think about that for me, and I'm just like, I don't know, like just I help
us
people, I
talking?
guess. Yeah, you know what I mean?
From like
Like-
us talking, I feel like a good one is to not feel or not to like seclude yourself to just one thing. Like, because you started in
Yes, yeah,
sports and you've
yeah.
grown so much since then. I feel like that's definitely fits you. Like, cause
And, yeah, and I've always wanted to branch out too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would. I thought I was just gonna be content with sports, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I realized, you know, there's money in weddings. There's money in all kinds of things. There's money in eventing. Like I met
Mm-hmm.
my girlfriend Isabel, and she showed me all kinds of stuff about
shout out Izzy.
horses and like the eventing stuff, and I was just
Yeah.
like, that's really cool. Like I kind of like shooting that,
See?
and I never thought I would. Like
Exactly.
a few years
People,
ago.
I'm telling you.
Right, yeah. I
They're
never
great.
thought I'd like doing that, but then once like I met her and we did it, I was just like, oh, this is fun.
Wow, that's
Like
cool.
it's another new thing for me.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I think Tim is like the epitome of following your heart. Like
Yeah.
you just followed the things that you liked, and you're like creating a life that you love.
Yeah,
I
I think
guess so.
that's a really like admirable trait though, that you're just kind of like, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity. Like I'm gonna take it. Like not everyone has that same mentality. A lot of
No.
people like get in their own
Absolutely, yeah.
head, myself included. Like I don't know, that seems a little, I don't know if I'm the best person. Blah blah blah. But I feel like I definitely admire your like, yeah, let's do it. Kind of
Try it, see what
attitude.
happens. Yeah.
Because I mean, why not? Like I mean,
Worst case, it doesn't go well.
we
Yeah,
don't. Yeah,
you learn.
we don't live forever. Like
YOLO.
I'm sure all of us realize, like we're not getting any younger. So
No,
might
thanks
as
for
well.
reminding us.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fine.
believe me, yeah. You know what I mean? So, might as well live every day to the fullest.
I love it. It does kind of remind me of Izzy's interview though, because she came into her sector and she just kind of blossomed into it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes.
And same with you. Like you got into the sector and you were like, there's just so many avenues you can kind of go with this. Like yes, you do your videography and stuff, but there's just so many different, careers and events and stuff that you can kind of place yourself into, and you kind of
Oh,
get
yeah.
a taste of those, and it kind of spices it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think money. I think people chase.
Man, we know where your mind is today.
I was going somewhere with that, I swear. I think people chase the money
Yes.
instead of like chasing what they love, and then they get the money and they hate their life. So the way that you're doing it, like the money comes regardless. Like you do what you love and you're
gonna
good
be
at
there.
it. Money will be a side effect always.
Or even just like take the opportunity, like even if you don't want to film liposuction, like take it.
Yeah.
You never know what
You never
could
know who you're gonna
happen.
meet or
But in
what they're
return,
gonna
there'll
ask
be
for.
a lot of good things too.
Yes.
Like last year, I got to go to Nashville a few times, and
See?
I filmed a film at a bar here in town, and the videos I did there, someone in Nashville saw them and were like, "You want to come film me in Nashville?" I was like, "Yeah, I love
course,
Nashville. Like,
yeah.
why not?" So there's a lot of good that comes out of it too, like new experiences, new connections,
Yep.
and money.
And
And
money.
money.
So
and
what?
money.
What more could you ask for?
Well, we're grateful
Very
Yes,
that
we're so grateful to have
you-
Tim. Thank
you're
the
here.
I
I'm
appreciate
glad you
all.
DM'd Kayla.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank
Me
God.
too.
Me too.
All right, so to close us out, what is any piece of advice that you would give to someone who is looking to get into videography?
Oh, that's a good one. I would just say, listen and learn, There's people out there to help you. And just always say yes. And never say no to a new opportunity. You never know where it's going to lead.
Exactly.
You never know who, the opportunities you say yes to, you never know if someone else knows that person, be like, hey, I have another job for you. It's happened with me, it happened with Izzy, you never know where it could lead us. So I would just say always say yes and just always make yourself available.
I love
Love
that. So tell us, last thing, if anyone else wants to look as good as Bourbon with the Bluegrass Babes, where can they find you?
You can just find me on my Instagram. It's just T Layten, my last name, or, you can find me on the UK Athletics directory. Just reach out to me there.
Yeah, you can reach out to us. We'll point you in the right direction.
Or reach out to any of them. You can
Make
reach
sure
out to
to
Izzy.
Connect
Anybody.
you guys.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, thank
we
you
know
guys.
you don't like being on this side of the camera, but we love having
We
you here.
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you all. Thank you.
Are you falling behind on your taxes? Do you dread sorting through receipts? Are you confident your business is fully compliant? Does the thought of sitting down and doing taxes make you anxious? If so, let us help you get a leg up on your records and finances. We can be reached at 859-576-0527 or submit@leguppro.com. Reach out today and let LegUp be your one-stop shop for all your accounting needs.